Sunday, you should see the best price out there on the market. We'll move on to a big game. Well, it was a big game, Adrian, on Tuesday night, but we'll take a look at the betting. It's a London derby, I guess we can big it up a little bit. Arsenal available at 1.73, Chelsea 5.1. The draw is available at 4.3. Both teams to score, yes, is heavily favoured at 1.77. The Asian handicap line sees Chelsea get a 3/4 goal head start at 1.91. And the goal line is 2.5, shaded a good bit towards the over here. These are early markets based because of this Tuesday night game. But Mark O'Hare, a little bit on Chelsea. I mean, thank God Graham Potter and Tuchel got enough points together that's eventually going to keep them up, because your mate Frank Lampard has not done well since he's came in.
Are we surprised?
No.
5 defeats from 5. Yeah, I think they've taken 2 points in the last 6 games. They've scored 1 goal in the last 7, is it now? Recently, they've not even played sort of the bigger or better teams, and they've still struggled. Midweek, the 2-0 home defeat to Brentford was pretty sobering, really. I'd love to see the price of Chelsea to finish bottom of the West London tree at the start of the season. Fulham, newly promoted Fulham, and Brentford above them in the table, which is embarrassing considering the amount of money they spent. And there's an opportunity that they finish as the lowest scoring team as well if Everton do come out and start playing attacking football to try and survive, which would be, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. But they're an easy oppose here, despite what happened with Arsenal. I kind of came at this game, irrespective of what happened on Wednesday night, kind of thinking Arsenal at the prices were worth taking on. They could be playing now without a bit of pressure, perhaps. We don't know. Probably playing for second, but I just think there's enough time now from Wednesday from Tuesday for this match to let the scars heal a little bit and not completely self-destruct, to be ready to go again, especially playing at home. And just in purely betting terms, I think value betting terms, Arsenal represent a value bet here. They were outsiders here against Man City, understandable, but they closed at 186 versus Man United, 178 versus Newcastle. They are evens against Spurs, but that was way back in October. And they've been head and shoulders the better team of the two teams rated throughout the whole campaign, irrespective of their recent downturn. Chelsea have been in worse form even recently. So, if we treat Chelsea like the mid-table team that the table says they are, it's backed up by the numbers. All the underlying metrics suggest that Chelsea are no better than the 9th best in the league so far this season. I've got them 9th on expected points, 9th on expected goals, 9th on expected goals when you're removing penalties as well. So perhaps they're not as bad as 11th, but they're not far off it. And if you look at Arsenal's home closing prices against kind of similarly rated teams, 158 versus Brentford, 157 versus West Ham, 155 versus Aston Villa. So no qualms backing Arsenal around 175 to beat Chelsea on Tuesday night. So that would be where I'd head. But just for a bit more juice, you can get Arsenal around even money when you include over 1.5 goals. Chelsea have won once against the top half all season. They failed to score in 10 of 16 against the top half. But Arsenal, maybe playing without a bit of pressure, but still with those defensive vulnerabilities, may give Chelsea an opportunity here. They tend to be quite front foot at the Emirates, and that's led to both teams to score winners, 75% overall. 20 of their 23 league wins have included over 1.5 goals. They've scored 2 goals or more in 13 of 16 at home. And surely Lampard will see sense and not field such a ridiculous team as he did against Brentford with no standout strikers. What was it, 4 holding midfielders? Just stupid. He went with a kind of energy approach as he did against Real Madrid. Blew up in his face. No more to say about Chelsea. I saw someone say they had the most attacking bench of all time, but
that's not
pointless if they're not on the field.
Well, Mark, quick one for you. So you've probably seen the stats on your stats travels, but Frank Lampard's last 19 games in charge of both Chelsea and Everton, 1 win, 2 draws, 16 defeats. So there you go.
Yeah. He's useless, but we knew that already.
Adrian Clarke, over to you.
He knows the club, so
Chelsea he knows the
should
club,
be.
Yeah. He knows the club. I remember making an argument that he was doing a good job again for Everton on this podcast, and I think that was literally at the start of that run. So, Adrian, take it away.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot more to add on Chelsea. Pretty shocking of late. Obviously, we know they've got talent, but they're not a team at the moment. And yeah, if Frank Lampard goes conservatively again, I think Arsenal would take them apart. There's a part of me that just thinks surely Frank Lampard, in the position he is, knowing that it's likely to be maybe Pochettino now, according to reports, that gets the gig long term, might as well go out in some kind of blaze of glory, or at least trying to score some goals rather than being so negative. And this would be the time to do it against Arsenal because of the defensive fragility at the moment that we saw at the Etihad, that we've seen in recent weeks. Arsenal don't like being pressed at the moment, losing the ball in bad areas. Set pieces have been a problem. We know Chelsea have got a big side. If Chelsea were to get in amongst Arsenal, they can make life difficult. But I don't think many Chelsea fans have faith that Lampard will send them out with that mentality. From Arsenal's end, I do expect a reaction. I think they would have been when the sort of tears dry, they'll look back on and reflect on that performance and think, we were so far away from our best there. We let ourselves down a little bit, and I think there'd be a fierce determination to put it right. If I was Arteta, I'd make some changes. I'd freshen up the starting 11 a little bit, give some guys 2 or 3 fresh faces in there to give them an opportunity to shine. That might give Arsenal a new energy. Chelsea's record tells you they're not going to score very many goals. Arsenal have been scoring goals throughout the campaign, but their confidence has been dented. I think that much is clear to see. So I wouldn't see them running up a cricket score here or it being too wild a game. But I do think Arsenal will win. My pick would be to go under 4.5 because I wouldn't see Chelsea scoring more than 1, and Arsenal are probably not feeling buoyant enough to get 4 or 5 past Chelsea, who actually haven't been too bad defensively. They've been relatively solid, even if as a team they've been wholly unconvincing. And I use the word team very lightly because that's not really what they are. I think Arsenal, freed up a little bit from the pressure of the title race, should have too much for Chelsea, especially if Arteta just puts a couple of new faces in there.
Okay, yeah, we might lock in the safe bet there, Arsenal, which is